Welcome to Movie Story Short, where we summarize films in just a few minutes. Today, we delve into the chilling tale of Salem's Lot. Our story begins with Ben Mears, a successful novelist who returns to his childhood hometown of Jerusalem's Lot, affectionately known as Salem's Lot in Maine. Ben is seeking inspiration for his next book and is particularly drawn to the ominous Marston House, a long-abandoned mansion that has loomed over the town for decades. As a child, Ben had a traumatic experience in this house, witnessing what he believed to be a ghostly apparition. This event has haunted him throughout his life, and he now feels compelled to confront his fears and uncover the secrets hidden within the Marston House. Upon his return, Ben quickly integrates into the community. He befriends Matt Burke, a high school English teacher with a deep appreciation for literature, and begins a romantic relationship with Susan Norton, a recent college graduate who is familiar with Ben's work and harbors dreams of leaving the small town behind. The town itself is a picture of New England charm, with its close-knit community and serene landscapes. However, an undercurrent of unease flows through the streets, much of it centered around the Marston House. The Marston House, once the residence of the notorious Depression-era hitman Hubie Marston, has a dark and sinister history. Hubie Marston was rumored to be involved in heinous crimes, and his suicide within the house only added to its eerie reputation. The mansion had stood vacant for years, casting a long shadow over the town and becoming the subject of local legends and ghost stories. To the townspeople's surprise, the house is purchased by Richard Straker, an enigmatic antiques dealer who claims to be preparing it for his business partner, Kurt Barlow, an Austrian immigrant. Straker announces plans to open an antique furniture store in town, and while Barlow is said to be on an extended buying trip, his absence raises questions and fuels speculation among the residents. Shortly after Straker's arrival, unsettling events begin to unfold. A young boy named Ralphie Glick goes missing under mysterious circumstances, sending shockwaves through the tight-knit community. His older brother, Danny Glick, soon falls gravely ill and dies unexpectedly. The town is plunged into mourning, but the tragedy deepens when Danny's body disappears from the morgue and sightings of the deceased boy are reported. These incidents mark the beginning of a series of bizarre occurrences that grip Salem's Lot. As fear and paranoia spread, more residents begin to fall victim to a mysterious illness characterized by anemia and strange bite marks on their necks. Among the afflicted is Mike Ryerson, the local gravedigger who had prepared Danny Glick's grave. Mike's health deteriorates rapidly, and he exhibits unusual behavior, including sensitivity to sunlight and a newfound nocturnal lifestyle. These symptoms raise alarm bells for Ben and Matt, who start to suspect that something supernatural may be at play. Ben, Matt, and a small group of allies, including Susan, Dr. Jimmy Cody, and a courageous young boy named Mark Petrie, begin to piece together the horrifying truth. Kurt Barlow is not an ordinary businessman, but an ancient vampire who has come to Salem's Lot to establish a new feeding ground. Richard Straker serves as his human familiar, facilitating Barlow's plans and ensuring his master's safety during daylight hours. The Marston House serves as their lair, a place where darkness reigns and from which evil spreads throughout the town. The group devises a plan to confront Barlow and put an end to the terror that has engulfed their town. However, their efforts are fraught with peril and personal loss. Matt Burke suffers a fatal heart attack after a terrifying encounter with a newly turned vampire, and Dr. Cody falls victim to a deadly trap set within the Marston House. Susan, in her determination to uncover the truth, ventures into the Marston House alone and is captured by Barlow, who turns her into one of the undead. Ben is faced with the heart-wrenching task of destroying Susan to release her from the vampire's curse, a moment that tests his resolve and commitment to eradicating the evil that has taken root in Salem's Lot. Father Donald Callahan, the local Catholic priest, also becomes entangled in the battle against Barlow. In a climactic confrontation, Barlow challenges Callahan's faith, forcing him to drink his vampiric blood and rendering him unclean. This act severs Callahan's connection to his church and his faith, leading him to leave Salem's Lot in disgrace and embark on a journey of self-exile. In the final showdown, Ben and Mark infiltrate the Marston House with the intent to destroy Barlow and end the vampire's reign of terror. They locate Barlow's resting place in the basement. In a tense and harrowing scene, drive a wooden stake through his heart, reducing him to dust. Despite their victory, they realize that the town is too far gone, with many residents already turned into vampires. Recognizing that they cannot save Salem's Lot, Ben and Mark set fire to the Marston House, hoping that the flames will cleanse the town of its evil. They flee, leaving behind the place that was once their home, now a smoldering ruin overrun by darkness. The novel concludes,